Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here with yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. We are finally off from break, and now it's time for us to find out what happens after some of the 9 scabbards take the stage in Udon, with Okiku, Kawamatsu, Raizo, Grandpa Hio, and Luffy. And oh boy, things are about to go down. So, let's go ahead and move on to the chapter. And we got a wonderful looking cover page with the Straw Hats chilling in a pool with a giant gorilla. Everyone's chilling. Nami and Robin are chilling. Nice. Sanji, everyone else is chilling. Usopp's about to dive in. Frankie's in the background drinking cola. He never drinks anything else. Chopper's chilling. You don't see Chopper without his hat all that often. I keep forgetting how small his head actually is. And Brook is just chilling, just playing some music. And Luffy's eating the banana that I guess the gorilla was trying to eat himself. So, there's that. Woo! Chapter 949, Mummy. Wano Country Udon. Eliminate those 6 pests! The excitement bullets. They're not hitting him at all. And I guess Luffy's still trying to... I want to say he's using just regular armament hockey, but part of me wants to believe that he's trying to use the same hockey that Rayleigh uses. I told you it doesn't matter who I shoot. Stop it! Who the heck are you aiming at? And he's just the Daifugo is just randomly shooting everywhere. He's hitting random prisoners, he's hitting random people. Those prisoners are already weak from not having enough to eat. Gomu Gomu no! I won't forgive him for using viruses as a weapon! Heavy stamp! Oh, Chopper done joined in a fight too. How long? When's the last time we've seen Chopper just fight? Like in his strong point. And they're starting to fight too. Do not lay a hand on our comrades. And Grandpa Hugh's fighting with a sword. Kiku's fighting with a sword. It's a demon! And people are getting slashed left and right. Kappa style. Yorikiri! Tien, another sumo move. And people are flying off in different directions. Lightning Shuriken! And then the keys drop by Kid and Killer. Use these, friends of Luffy Dodo. I am sure that one of them will free you from your cuffs. Kid doesn't say anything, and Killer's still laughing. Kid... What is Kid gonna do? He hasn't done anything ever since him and Killer have been freed when Big Mom threw Queen in their direction and destroyed the little torture chamber that they were in. And he's just been sitting there during this whole ordeal and he's just been silent. Oh boy. Fire the excitement bullets! Darn, they're only aiming at the prisoners. Seriously, he's only aiming at the prisoners and they're all getting hit with the excitement. Darn it, I got hit. And then the poison starts to spread over his body. I feel so hot, help me, it's spreading. Don't get close to him. It's so hot. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you the name of that infectious disease. It causes a high fever that sprouts from the area of infection, and an unbearable pain as if your body's on fire. Blood comes splurting out. That sounds like something that would be in charge of Magellan's. But that something reminds me of Magellan's poison. Like it's very acidic to touch, and it burns on contact as it slowly starts to poison the person to death. No matter how much they thrash around, they will continue to suffer. Anyone that touches them will be forced to suffer as well. Look, that is what happens to those who are infected. And there's everyone they touch, they just bled from the mouth. And they all just fell over. They're all dried up now, like withered plants. And then Luffy looks in his direction. It's one of Master Queen's greatest creations. The mysterious disease. The mummy virus. Charge! Now you're all walking human weapons that can defeat enemies with a mere touch. The rest of you charge at them as well. Do you want to be branded as a rebel? Oh. Yo, so those who get poisoned fall over like zombies and then rise back up again. This is like a zombie virus. Why are they calling it a mummy virus? They all get back up and they all start making their way towards Luffy and the others. After all that's happened, the prisoners of Udon are still our enemies.
Please, leave this place. If you guys had not come here, none of this would have happened. Even if the lot of you are truly samurai of the Red Scabbards, they were supposed to have died 20 years ago. You still will not be able to win. Kaido, that gigantic flying dragon. With him around, no one will be able to defeat the Beast Pirates. Look around you! With just a single weapon created by just one of his subordinates, this is the devastation that has been brought upon us. Look at this overwhelming power! Precisely, if you outsiders ever came here, we would have continued to live our normal daily lives. We would have never been subjected to this.
And then Luffy grabs one of the guy's face and the poison starts to spread to his body. And it doesn't really faze him at all, and he grabs all of the prisoners. Stop right there, all of you!
Huh? He touched all of us on his own!
Fool!
What are you doing, Sir Luffy Taro?
What devastation! What overwhelming power! Something like this has no effect at all!
Don't lie! Get away from them right now, Luffy!
All the samurai that I've met are incredibly strong, but you guys have been completely broken. This is what you call a normal daily life? Is doing every little thing they say and receiving dango as a reward what you would call normal? Wake up already! You're all just slaves! And they all think about their actions.
Looks like Big Bro and the others are safe. Is he? He looks kinda sick.
Does that guy have a screw loose or something? Who cares if I'm an outsider? All outsiders are not allowed to... Are outsiders not allowed to protect this country? And they're all looking in awe. You know how they do in animes. They say something philosophical and everyone looks back like... I made a promise to my friend Tama and Kuri, who gave me food. I told her I'd make sure no one would have to worry about food in this country ever again.
Big Bro.
I'll make sure that by the time we leave this country, it'll be a place where you can eat until you're full every day. If I fail to do that, this place will continue to be a living nightmare. I've heard all about Udon. He sounds like he was an amazing guy, but when he was killed by Kaido 20 years ago, this country stopped moving, right? We're here to defeat Kaido! It makes no sense for possible allies to stand in the way of that. So make up your minds right now. Will you follow us or Kaido?
Are you being serious? Will you still give us another chance?
He has gripped their wavering hearts. What amazing leadership.
This is bad. He's pulling on their heartstrings, but he's wide open right now. If I shoot this into the crowd, it'll cause a giant uproar, and the tides will swing back in our favor. With 200 times the viruses within the excitement bullets. This is the excitement shell.
And then Old Maid, I remembered his name. Old Maid is loading up his elephant face to shoot a big, pretty much a cannonball with 200 times the effect of excitement bullets.
Pow, pow, ba, ba, ba. Elephant.
And Kawamatsu notices. Huh? Hey, Old Maid's planning to shoot something at us. Wait a second. Warden, that's... No, please, you mustn't.
It's too late.
And then Luffy? I don't even know how Luffy got to him so quickly, but he tied the elephant's nose in a knot and kept him from sneezing the... Yo, Luffy, where you come from?
Huh?
I saw a slightly dangerous future, so... Yo! Luffy saw into the future and ran over to him and tied his elephant nose in a knot and kept the excitement shell from firing. And because he did that, Luffy just had a cool guys don't look at explosion moment. He has his back turned to Old Maid as the shell implodes from the inside and blows him up. This might be the darkest thing I have ever seen Luffy do to somebody. He made somebody's body explode. Yo! Master Old Maid! Warden! And then he just falls over. What a dependable man. I'm leaving the rest to you guys. Hey, wait a second. Don't you guys remember what'll happen if you go against the Warden? Of course we do. We decided to rebel. Oh! 8 days before the final battle, without the enemy's knowledge, Udon has been conquered. Wonderfully done, Straw Hat Man. You have brought us a very powerful ally. Wonderfully done, Straw Hat Man. You have brought us a very powerful ally, Kinemon. A man among men. Chapter 949 ended. Yo! So I feel like this was a very good chapter. Why? Sure, it's not like one of the big chapters we get after break, where it's like a big revelation. But we got the chapter where Udon is now conquered. So now we can move on to the next phase. Yo. I still can't get over the fact that Luffy just caused this man's body to blow up. He's punched people. That's pretty much the most severe thing he's done to somebody is, plant his fist solely in their face and body them into the ground. Back in Jaya. But Luffy just made this man blow up from the inside. And then didn't even look at him when he blew up. Wow. That's actually kind of ruthless of Luffy. I never thought I'd see the day. But let's start from the beginning. So Daifugo is shooting everywhere, causing excitement bullets to hit everybody. And it gets to the point where we find out that the bullets that he's shooting are an invention of Queen's, which carries a virus known as the mummy virus, which causes the person to literally burn on contact as the poison spreads through their body, as the virus itself spreads through their body. And once they pass out, like literally bleeding from the face, they get back up and start to move towards whoever is opposing them to spread the virus even more. They call it a mummy virus in this chapter. I think of it as more as a zombie virus, because a person falls over and then they get back up and then they're driven to go after people who are not infected. And especially in regards to the prisoners of Udon, they are pretty much in a way forced to go after people who are not poisoned and poison them as well and spread it throughout everybody. And it is a burning sensation through the body, inside and out. So it is literally causing them pain as it sets in their body. But it gets to the point where they're pretty much reprimanding Luffy for coming to Wano, saying we could have been better off if you had not come here. And Luffy, pretty much fed up with the whole thing, is all, do you mean to tell me that you're okay with you're okay with working these mines? You're okay with receiving just one dango in order to be called a reward for your work? You call this normal daily lives? And he grabs all of them. Even though that he's going to get poisoned on contact, he grabs all of them and throws them away and tells them that we're here to beat Kaido. You think if we don't beat Kaido, then I can't keep my promise to Kiku? You know what? Let me go back to the chapter in which he says that. Okay, here it is. This is what you call a normal daily life? If every little thing they say and receiving dango as a reward what you would call normal? Wake up already. You're all slaves. And then they start to realize this. Does that guy have a screw loose or something? Who cares if I'm an outsider? Are outsiders not allowed to protect this country? Yep, he's tugging on them heartstrings mighty hard. I made a promise to my friend Tama and Kuri, who gave me food. I told her I'd make sure nobody would have to worry about food in this country ever again. And they're all shocked at this revelation. If I fail to do that, this place will continue to be a living nightmare. I've heard all about Udon. He sounds like he was an amazing guy, but when he was killed by Kaido 20 years ago, this country stopped moving, right? We're here to defeat Kaido. And they're silent through this whole ordeal, and they're just listening. It makes no sense for possible allies to stand in the way of that. Will you follow us or Kaido? And at the end of the day, they give up on trying to oppose them and decide to join them. But this is not before Old Maid tries to shoot an excitement shell, which is essentially a huge excitement bullet, but it has 200 times the infectious disease, 200 times the potent virus inside of it than the excitement bullets themselves. But before he can even shoot it, sure, Kawamatsu notices, and he's all like, he's doing something over there, and he's all like, and Old Maid is all like, it's too late. But Luffy looks into the future and sees that he's gonna shoot, goes over to him before Old Maid even notices, and ties the elephant face that's out of his body, because you know he's a gifter, and ties the elephant nose in a knot, keeping the elephant from shooting it. Then, as he looks away from Old Maid's body just completely blows up from the inside. The panel, it is, if you guys ever see that panel, it is the darkest, most ruthless thing I have ever seen Luffy do. Making this guy's body implode and blow up from the inside. There's no words for it. I don't know. But with that being done, they decide to all the prisoners in Udon decide to rebel against everyone there. And 8 days before the final battle, without the enemy's knowledge, Udon has been captured. So where are we moving on from here? Are we going to be cutting back to the rest of the Straw Hats, like Nami or Robin and the rest of them back in the town square? Will we cut to Sanji fighting Diaz Drake? Will we cut to Law fighting Basil Hawkins? Will we cut to Zoro going up against Kiyoshiro? Will we cut to the Fukurokuju, the Oniwabanshu trying to go after one of the Straw Hats to get probe information? Will we cut to Kinemon along with Shuten Doji, that's his new nickname now, and find out what he wanted to show them? A lot of previous chapters are popping back in my head. I'm surprised I'm remembering them all. But I'm looking forward to seeing what next week's chapter is going to bring us. There's a lot of stuff happening today. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is releasing today, so that's why I'm trying to get this chapter out as soon as possible, so that when it's 9 o'clock and the store opens at 10, I'm right there bright and early to pick the game up, and I'm going to be having a stream of it, of the first good hour or so of me playing it, and then I'll probably start to do the rest as a video series. You guys let me know if you want to see it in 720 or 1080. Either one fits me fine. 1080 may take a little longer, but I'm perfectly fine with giving you the highest quality gameplay of it as possible. I thought that was a very good chapter. You guys let me know what you thought of it as a whole. But I just want to take this moment to address something that recently happened yesterday. Some of you may know, but a man, an arsonist, set fire to the Kyoto Animation studio yesterday. 3 people were injured, to my knowledge, and 33 lost their lives. Now, many of you may know this place because it's brought us significant anime in the past, such as Sound Euphorium, Amagi Brilliant Park, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Violet Evergarden, just to name a few. This person set fire to this studio for reasons that I do not know at this point. Whether he was jealous, or I don't know if he thought that someone stole his work, I don't know. But I got a GoFund. I don't have a GoFundMe, but KyoAni has a GoFundMe to help them heal. The link is down in the description below. So if you are able to help them in any sort of way, it doesn't matter the amount. If you're able to help them, then please do so. This I'm not just saying this just because they're an animation studio and they brought us so much good anime, which they have. But these are people. 33 people who will not come home to their families. 33 people who will not be able to see their coworkers anymore. And the people that are still around who are still injured, they're not going to be able to see those 33 people anymore. All because of this one man's selfish action for reasons that should not be. Let me just make this abundantly clear. There is no amount of jealousy in the world, no amount of hatred, no amount of anger that will ever justify taking the lives of people or putting the lives of people in danger. There's no reason for it. You will never be seen as someone who you will never be seen as a person who people will sympathize with. Taking innocent lives will never put you in a good light with anybody. No one will ever say, well, he had his reasons. No. There is no reason for you to go ahead and try and take the lives of other people out of anger, out of hate, and out of jealousy. There is no reason for that whatsoever. I'm sorry, I'm getting angry. But it is sad that this is a world where people think that this is okay to do and that they're justified. There will never be a time where taking innocent lives all because of you're sad or angry or mad or something. It will never be justified. There is no reason for that. But I'm sorry. This just made me upset for a second. But if you're able to help them out in any way, the link is in the description below. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this chapter as a whole. Can't wait to see you all in my next video, so have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.